I will have my vengeance.
What's going on?
Hello.
Oh, I forgot to do the list, so I had to. That's what I've been doing the last 45 minutes. Double checking everything. Try to pull this other window.
All right. Sorry, I've been distracted. It's just been a lot of stuff going on in my life lately.
All right. That's alive.
Is there anybody here? Hey, there's Stuart.
Excuse me. My allergies are kicking my butt, so I may have to stop to blow my nose every now and then.
That's fine.
Oh,
I feel like I have very low light here. Let me change that.
sorry, I had my video volume on, or the YouTube player on. AJ just sent me some files for pre-supports for Penguin, so I'm trying to get those ready too at the same time.
Your volume's a little low, I think.
How about now?
Yeah, it's better.
It's also my voice. Like, I can't project out my sound like I normally do because I can't. There's no breathing through this thing.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, everybody's gonna love that. Nice loogie.
American Boogers. That should be a new show on History Channel. Tonight on American Boogers. Or that's Pizza Stully.
We'll call it Hot Tui.
There you go. Hot Tui.
Forgot to turn my lights on.
Yeah, it was the same. I just got in the room and I was in the living room downstairs and I got in here. I was like, this looks very creepy. Oh man, what a week. What a week.
What a month.
It's insane. A lot of changes and a lot of issues. Hey, AJ. Everything that happened this week was AJ's fault. The good and the bad. Yeah, so I'm very tired. I'm still stressed. 95% of the issues are solved. But yeah, I'm
So then less stressed.
yeah, but you know that last bit of stress that you're trying to get rid of, and is the one that is the biggest pain in the ass of the whole thing.
Right.
That's where I'm at. It's not as a big issue. It's just going to be very, very annoying.
Kyle's
Yeah.
Facebook. That's why.
How's the weather there?
Hot.
What a surprise.
You don't see his comment, but Kyle said he saw Hacksaw Ridge and said it was very well.
I saw it in the message, yeah.
Oh, you
I
did?
say hi, Kyle. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm looking. I don't see him on YouTube, but I see him in the restream.
I have a window for the restream and not for YouTube, so
Okay, cool.
once in a while I peep because I know that on YouTube they appear a second earlier than on
YouTube.
on restream. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, excuse me.
What's funny is that AJ's smiley or emoji appears on YouTube, but not on restream. There it goes.
I see it
There
already.
you
Oh, let me. Oh, and I see the Facebook Live stuff. All right. I don't want to be. I don't want to have all three up. Take that one down. Oh shoot.
Sorry for the mess of my bed. I didn't have time to do it, and I really don't care. You drink and you know things. What, are you Tyrion now?
No, but I've had this for quite some time, and it's my wine glass.
Have you watched the movie with Peter Dinklage and the guy that played Thanos called Brothers?
No. I saw a trailer for it, but I never saw it.
Yeah, same here.
It looked good.
Oh, I just finished Reacher today.
You finished Reacher?
Yeah,
I haven't started season 3 yet.
it's good.
I bet.
I'm not gonna spoil it because I'm not that kind of person. No, I liked it. I finished the last episode today. It was the last one that they released.
Right on.
What else? I started watching Dragon Ball Daima finally. I don't know how to feel about it yet.
That's why I haven't watched it. I've been listening to it while my son's watching it.
You know what? I mean, it depends on what you care about Dragon Ball. If it's the story, if it's the design of the characters, if it's animation, etc. But yeah, I mean, I have that, and after that, I'm gonna watch Super, and maybe if I see, are you talking about Reacher, AJ?
Season 2 is great of Reacher.
Yes. If you like season 2, this one is a bit more tamed. There's a bit more. There's less guns. Not necessarily that they don't shoot. There's more fight. There's a big ass guy involved,
Saw that one.
and
For it.
and the fight of Richard and him is just very, very cool. Not gonna tell you anything about it. No, I was saying, and after watching Daima of Dragon Ball, I'm gonna start watching Super, and then I might watch Dragon Ball GT, and then I might watch all the movies, or I will stop with the movies and start watching the original Dragon Ball because my wife hasn't watched it. We'll see.
You should watch Daredevil.
I started watching the level. I think I'm on episode 5 or 6. It's just so long and dense. I get bored, dude. I get it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I appreciate the story. It seems to be cool.
Get through two.
I don't have the attention span. You know, it's like I'm like, there's too much talk. You know, I want to see more action.
You might not like the show then because it's like a 30% fight, a 70% show. Because it's Matt, he's a lawyer, so it's a cop show, it's a lawyer show, and then it's a superhero show all at the same time.
I get it. I appreciate that. You know what? I think that if it was released as a series of movies, you have a better amount of time to expand on those stories,
right?
Rather than them having that sense of immediacy that a TV show gives you, where things have to happen during 45 minutes or 1 hour.
Right.
I lose interest. It's me. I'm not saying that the show is bad in any way. I'm just saying I don't have. On the other hand, I can watch Game of Thrones and be completely enthralled by it, you know. And
right.
It's an hour and a half episodes. So it depends on what you're watching, you know. But for me, I never bought, not for anything necessarily bad, but the stories of Marvel for me tend to be very not of my taste.
Right.
I'm trying to be polite.
During one of these, at some point this evening, I'm going to play a clip from that show which is depicting, because all I could think about was this statue that we're releasing during this last episode, because of the very last, like, it was like the 7 to 11 minutes it's pure gold, dude. Like the contrast, it's going back and forth between Daredevil and Kingpin, and it does it this whole series where it's like it's showing 30 seconds and 30 seconds and 30 seconds and 30 seconds, but going back and forth, and it's like when you finish the show, which I'm telling you, dude, season 2, it stomps all over season 1, and season 3 is really good too, but season 2 is where it definitely had me going, okay, this is the best Netflix show that's ever been put out.
What's the other one? The not a spin-off, but basically they've had a few that they eventually got together, I believe, which was Daredevil, Punisher. Then you had Jessica something.
Yeah, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage.
Well, I got into Jessica Jones because it has David Tennant, who was in Doctor Who, and many other things, of course. But I like what's the name of the actress? Ritter. I forgot her name. The Jessica Jones girl.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Someone in the chat will can probably answer. But
Yeah.
I like her. I saw in a very old movie where she's a vampire, and it's a lot of fun. And I like Tennant, so that's why I was watching the show. And Tennant in that show, he's a dick. So I really enjoy that. And then I watched Punisher, and there was another one with a blonde kid, which I have no idea.
Oh, wait, so you did watch Punisher?
I did watch Punisher, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, they introduced.
That's what I told you the first time. I didn't finish Daredevil because of the same thing that's happening right now, which for me, each hour becomes very dense. You know, I understand the plot. It is a very interesting plot, but it's no different than any other superhero's plot. Like if you watch Batman, the side of, in the Batman, seeing Bruce, you know, and dealing with the stuff that's happening in the city and whatnot, and how he can be the one that is protecting the city. For me, watching Daredevil is kind of like watching that. And for that, I already had Batman. So watching a rehash of that and nothing happens in that hour, I don't know. I start watching the episode with interest, and I find myself every single time by the minute 40, 45 of the show, I'm like, and no.
With this,
That's me.
It's different because they have to. They're trying to bring back what they had with Netflix, but they're trying to also incorporate. Like I watched an interview the other day between Vincent D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox, and they had said that the show's basically the same. It's definitely a continuation, but it's like 95% grounded like it was before. But then there's like a sprinkle of the super part of Hero added in, which is like, you know, the way he in the original show, you never see him swinging or grappling, you know, anything of that, you know, rooftop jumping, nothing cool like that. So in this one, you do get a little bit of that. It's not the whole time, but they've sprinkled it in just enough to go, okay, he is way more elevated than we initially thought he was. So it gives it more hype and lets those supernatural type of villains start to be able to come in now because they've kind of thrown in the fantastical part of superhero. But there was one episode that was all courtroom. It was the most boring episode, but after watching it, found out that the actor who played the guy that was on trial had passed away last year. It was like, oh, so that was kind of his last performance on screen, and then he was.
I just enjoyed watching Affleck playing Daredevil. That was fun.
Hey, he's going to be back. He's coming back for
All right, let's read some comments because I've been skipping them so far. Yeah, I don't know if Reacher season 3 is better than season 2. I enjoy season 2. I think if you guys have seen it, I mean, the whole finding the old boys from the army and whatnot and all going together on this mission was very fun. And each of them had personalities, and that was enjoyable. And having, what's the name of the guy from Terminator 2, the T-1000, Patrick, whatever.
Yeah, I know you're talking
about. The metal guy, whatever. Anyway, he's in Reacher season 2, and he plays a very cool evil guy, and it was cool to see on that. Hey, Mr. Collector, how are you? Let me see. Schwabel says, hey guys, switch to YouTube from FB. The Hacksaw Ridge you posted was amazing, Jordan. Well done. I can comment much about it. I have the movie on my playlist to watch. I haven't seen it yet, but it is a very cool statue. The Pit on Max. The Pit is that the which one is that one? AJ, is that the one with the emergency room, or am I confusing with someone else? Robert Patrick, that's right. We have Tina Burner there. I still want my Lego printed, Jordan. Ghost Rider says, I remember I realized the show was for real when they used the SUV door. That's on season 1 of the original show. The part that Kingpin is like smashing the head of the guy. That was a lot of fun. That reminded me of an old movie called American X with Edward Norton and the kid from Terminator 2, where there's a famous scene where they put the mouth of a guy on the curb of the sidewalk and they go like with the foot smashing the head down. That was like that was just, but for the time the movie was mid-90s, it was like terrifying.
Dude, you could hear the.
I'm not much into medical drama, AJ. I heard very good things about it.
You could hear the teeth touching the concrete.
Yeah, that's just terrifying.
People want to do a model from that movie, but I'm like, I don't know how to do that, like in a good way to make it more positive. Because
there's another very good movie with, if I'm not wrong, is with Daniel Radcliffe. He plays an undercover FBI agent that basically gets in as a mole for a group of skinheads or neo-Nazis in the States. And it doesn't get that violent, but I mean, you see a little bit of the culture and the mindset of skinhead Nazis in the States and the cult vibe and how they are even sometimes more terrifying than terrorist cells from Middle East. I can't remember the name. It's a good movie. It has Daniel Radcliffe as an undercover FBI agent. Shockley says, speaking of posthumous performances, are you guys planning on seeing the new Final Destination? Supposedly the last thing Tony Todd filmed before he passed. I watch every single Final Destination, so I think anything after Final Destination 2 is just filler. I think 2 was perfect. I think many of you will agree that the scene that everybody recognizes of like driving on the freeway and suddenly seeing a truck carrying logs and the logs just showing on your windshield is terrifying. And every time that we're driving on the freeway, it's like, nope, I'm changing lanes. I probably see it. I don't know if I'm gonna wait. I probably wait until it's on stream rather than going to the theater. I don't know. I might see it on. I don't know. I'm a fan of the series, but we'll see. Yellow Jacket, I heard, was very good as well.
I'm not going to go to the theater to see Final Destination. I did see the trailer.
I might go, but I might go see it like on a Wednesday night when there's no one. Yeah, 2 was awesome. All the deaths were so well orchestrated. It kind of reminded me a little bit of the Saw movies with all the ways that people died. I mean, and when Hollywood does these things, it's very fun. It's entertaining. For me, there's some movies for me never were horrific in any way or didn't scare me, but I found them very interesting and very entertaining. Every movie after Final Destination 2 felt the same way. Like it was entertaining, but it wasn't like, oh my god, this is awesome. Yeah, a lot of filler but enjoyable. I still think that 1 and 2 are the best. 3 was meh. 4 picked it up a little bit. 5th was crap again.
We'll see
where it goes.
I was like the same age as the boy from that one.
Yeah,
the one who at the dentist. That was I was like out that age whenever it came out. So I was like, oh, dude, like, I'm never going to the dentist again.
I remember starting watching the movie, and is the girl that is going on a holiday trip with her friends from high school or sophomore college, whatever, and they're all like smoking weed and all that stuff, and she basically having she foresees that there's something going to happen to the truck, the pickup truck that they're driving on, and the father is like on the porch of the house, and he sees there's some liquid dripping from the truck. And I'm like, this started well, but I hate the group of kids, and I hope that every single one of them dies. Yep. There's a bunch of movies that are good. I don't know if Shogun, the idea of the conversation was to bring up maybe the idea of one day doing the models of Final Destination. You know what? I don't think that is something. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see myself even if you print the main characters of like Final Destination One or whatever. I don't see the appeal to print something like that. You know, there's certain movies that are not printable, and I don't know. If you tell me ET, well, it makes sense to have a diorama with Elliot and ET and etc. If you tell me Jaws, like what you guys did with the boat and etc., that makes sense. Final Destination, I don't think is something printable. Maybe as a diorama, but that would require an extreme amount of work. If I were to do a diorama of that movie, I probably would do the one on the bathroom. That one is a lot of fun, like showing like little pieces of everything that will happen on the bathroom, like the water and the electrical cable sparking and stuff like that. But I don't know. We can talk all night long about what things we can do, and suggestions wise and whatnot. Yeah, exactly. It requires part of what you have to understand is not only getting onto a 3D modeling software like ZBrush and starting to craft something. It's also the idea behind it. It's a project that you have to manage, and that requires time. It requires finding sources and inspiration, and then figure out how to put everything together in a way that is printable, and then delivering the file. It's 20 past. Do you want to start with showing up what's going on with the models and whatnot, or want to wait a bit longer?
Well, I mean, mostly. I mean, everybody's seen kind of what we have for this month, except for Penguin. Penguin's the only one I wasn't going to show.
You are, or you're not going to show?
Oh, I'm going to show Penguin, but that's the only one that we can show because we've seen everything else.
Right. I mean, we can still do a recap.
Yeah, I mean, if we want. I did.
Okay, tonight there won't be any recaps because Jordan is lazy.
No, I didn't set up an image that shows all of them. I've actually already preloaded Penguin images, so
all right.
Got an itch on my face.
Yeah, the first scene of Chew when they all get in the freeway and you see all the premonition of all the accidents happening, the guy on the bike, the car with the mom and the kid and the cop, all the deaths on the first killing scene of Final Destination 2 is insane. And I can imagine the amount of time that the writers and the producers and the director had to spend designing all this and then filming it is not a problem, but Jesus, I mean that was a very cool scene. That I don't know, 40 seconds that lasted the scene was amazing. Schwokel, I've been saving my resin specifically for Penguins. So I'm excited for today. I know the feeling. I mean, resin gets expensive sometimes. But there's other cool things to print this month. So, like we got the guys from what we talk about it. That is, this is the first time I see this, so I'll look at it with you guys.
Somebody tried to comment on the base saying that it wasn't from the animated series. I'm like, I'm well aware, but this was the coolest looking one that we could find.
I like it. Question: I was going to ask about that. Is that kind of like a relief on top of the base, or is like a sticker that people can print and then put on the base?
It's beveled. You'll be able to paint it.
Okay. Yeah, because that image doesn't show that it's relieved or beveled, and I was wondering what was.
Right.
Okay.
I tease a little bit of it before full on.
So I assume that on behind him is a small version of what would be Gotham City.
Yeah, you'll see in a second.
Okay.
I'll say it's in this one.
Got it. Yeah.
Just little city. We didn't want to go too crazy.
No, I think that's fine. I think that sell the idea.
Right.
Is it just me, or is it a bit more stylized than usual?
It's pretty animated. I mean, I think the fish and the penguin, it kind of makes it seem more stylized.
No, not necessarily. I mean, the penguin is a bit more childish. No, what I'm saying is like the eyes of penguin, to my memory, tend to be a bit more round. He almost looks like Asian. It's not I dislike it, nothing like that. I'm just curious. What was the idea behind this? Uh, Ghost Rider says, gotta print the Alfred in honor of Clive Rebel. You gotta print Alfred because it's awesome. And on top of that, yeah, Clive Rebel.
I know,
is
dude.
indeed.
I'm thinking about
Um,
it because of that.
Shoko says, I can dig it simple by elegant. My friend Tina says, Mother Rocks. AJ says, I love the penguin he's feeding. Yeah, I mean, it's a break. I was bringing up the eyes and the stylization of the character of them all because of what I'm used to seeing so far from Eddie. Yeah, usually he's like more respectful of the look of the cartoon. So that surprised me. I'm not saying I dislike it. It's just unusual.
Well, technically, this eye should have been bigger, the monocle eye. But other than that,
Right.
I think
No, I
that's
think it's fine.
throwing it off. a little.
Obviously, you the idea is like if you print this and you put it on a shelf or something, people are gonna immediately recognize who he is.
Oh, absolutely.
So I really like the smoke on the cigarette.
Same.
Very cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The-
I think I like this image the best because the face of on the penguin is like, please give me that damn fish already.
right.
Papa, feed me.
It looks like Happy Feet down there.
Right, that's what exactly. That penguin is from Happy Feet. That's exactly that.
Oh, I can't breathe. I hate it.
All right. No, I'm excited about this one. So I'm gonna tell a little bit of story about myself, if Jordan allows me the time. So initially, I mentioned to you guys that I'm soon to be moving to the States, back to the States with my family. Initially, the plan was going to North Carolina, but there was a change of plans regarding work, and we're gonna be going back to San Diego in California, specifically to the city of San Marcos. We used to live there for a while, and we're gonna be living the same city. Um, and we get on a plane next Thursday at 10 to 7 in the morning, meaning that we have to leave my apartment right now. I live in Buenos Aires in Argentina. 3 a.m. in the morning to be at the airport at 4 to load my 3 pets and like 75 million pieces of luggage and my family in the short plane. And the reason I've been so out of it this past few months, not present in Discord, Facebook, or every social media that we have is because of all this. It requires a lot of effort on getting all the pieces to work. It's a long distance to travel, especially when you have a big family and pets. So it was finding the apartment and the car rental and the hotel rental and the plane tickets and figure out a way to put the animals in the cargo hold, going 72 hours discussing with American Airlines to then find out that they don't transport pets internationally. So then having to refund the tickets, buy tickets through another airline, and yeah, it's been a mess. And I've been very, very mentally exhausted. So I apologize for my absence. By the next, I would say in 15 days, you should have me full time on again here with you guys, helping and correcting the many typos that Jordan has been trying to sneak under the carpet, but I'm very aware of.
Oh, I know. I got
And
called.
also talking about AJ.
Al Pacino. Somebody called me out on it because I messed up on all the photos because the photo.
Yeah, Al Pacino. God damn you.
The
Apla sounds like Affleck.
the autocorrect kept wanting to fix it.
Excuses. Anyway,
It's the computers.
want to talk about this month's models, even though already people have seen them. For those who have not seen them. No, it's not apology. It's just that I want to be here also, and being present with all of you and helping. I always have fun. It's just that life got in the way, and this occasion it was important. So same way that for when Jordan has to travel to see family and whatnot. I mean, we had to take a little break. I was apologizing for the fact that maybe I wasn't there present to help out Jordan or to help you guys find the right answers or commenting on the successes that you have. I do enjoy it, and being part of social media as well is something that brings me joy. But I haven't been able. That's the honest truth. But that should be changing pretty soon. So wish me luck on the trip, and, and hopefully by the next stream we should be not so much on the same time frame, but closer.
Right.
I know we have people from all over the world. What time is right there, Jordan?
It's 8:30.
Right. So until last month it was like 10:30 for me. Now it's 9:30. And then from next week it's gonna be like 5:30. So, yeah, it should be either way. I always stay up late, so I'm always happy to answer whatever I can on Discord and whatnot, even if I cuss at you. It's from the heart. All right, let's start showing the most of this month. I want to see them with more detail because I haven't been paying much attention. Look at the pictures, then.
What's that? I'm
Look at
sorry.
the pictures of it.
Look, what picture? I'm uploading Penguin
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The
Sorry, I
ones
thought
for the
you were
most of this month.
for this month.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. Wait.
Dude, you need to take some Benadryl and go to bed.
No, I need to focus. There's a lot.
Okay.
I'm trying to make sure I'm uploading. Somebody's messaging. One of the patrons messaging. I think it's the same guy from Patreon because of the wording. It sounds exactly the same. So I'm looking here.
Anyway.
I'm
So we haven't discussed further on this. Like again, I've been out of it for a while, but last time that we talked, guys, we brought up the idea of having some guests on the show. We don't have any prepared for tonight.
Nope, nobody's messaged.
Right. So I
had one.
In all honesty, I have made a post for people to submit when they want to be part of this. I promise you, just give me a couple of days and I'll take care of it on Discord. But the idea is that I repeat the whole idea of all this. I'm going to create a post on Discord, so you guys, if you're interested in showing off some of your works from this Patreon, that may be in process or finally painted, hopefully painted. You can share a few pictures of that model, your process, or how you enjoy working on it, or if you had trouble, whatever the experience was. And we'll give you some time online during the stream so you can be with us. We can grill you with stupid questions. And you can share your process with the rest of the members. And people will benefit from your process, from learning from that, your mistakes, the good things that you can bring. And at the same time, we basically share your work, and we're happy to share your social medias or your businesses if you do sell the models, etc. So in a few days, I will take care of making the post. And what I ask of you is like submit no more than 3 images and send me your name. You can do it on that same post. I'm gonna make a small side group on the side. I'll bring you up to speed when it's done. And you can communicate with me, and we'll arrange a way to get you in the stream next time. That's it. It's a way to get you participating, and hopefully in the future we do some sort of like, contest where there will be some rewards. That's still in the air, but it's an intention that we have. I think I'm not forgetting anything. So if you have any questions, just hit me up on Discord or on Facebook. Same name as in here, Max, not VS3D, but Max Kimmich. Yep, that's about it.
All right, I got a picture done.
Hey,
I had one that I'd started, but I was waiting for Penguin Renders to finish it, so I've got one that I just finished up.
Yeah, just keep an eye on Discord for the post. I see if I have the strength. I might make it tonight so I can get out of the way of my plate, and we'll go from there.
This is this month's models.
Yay.
Is it pulled up?
Exciting.
It says it's loading.
It's loading.
Okay. Let's say it's a higher quality one, so give it a second.
Yep.
but I boxed off the long-term bonus so that people would know that's separate.
Right.
I may have to download a lower quality one. It might not let this higher image. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do a lower one.
I don't know if you can see it in the meantime.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
watching it on
not
YouTube. Trying
I
to.
was going to show you my passport picture.
I think it finally popped up.
Oh yeah, I see it now. So we got Cloud Speed from GTA 3. We
Yeah.
got Bride of Frankenstein. Dude, I'm gonna make a stop here and mention something. I saw that a bunch of you guys might not like the model. Understand something. This is our interpretation of it, and it's not about pleasing each of you. That's not the goal of any Patreon. And you're not gonna find a Patreon that is going to be, oh, I'm sorry, I designed it this way. Let me remake it just for you. This is an interpretation, and if you are here, it's because you like the interpretation that we have on our software models. If it's not to your liking, we are sorry that you don't like it. That doesn't mean that one of your, if you sell the models, might not like it. That's all I gotta say. So just don't greet us because you don't like a model. It's an interpretation. It doesn't mean that it's not truth to the original material. It's an interpretation.
We also have free Tropic Thunder models.
Right, and that's what I was going to say. My next thing is like, if you want fidelity, look at the Tropic Thunder models. Have you seen any patron doing a faithful job as we have done with Macon in the models of Tropic Thunder? I'm going to bring again, for a few months ago, RDJ, Robert Downey Jr. That interpretation of Robert Downey Jr. is literally, and anybody here can say, well, I'm not lying, is as realistic as it gets. And when you look at Jack Black, the same. Al Pacino, the same. I agree that the I forgot the guy with the glasses name. It might be a tad different, but even
Kevin Sandusky. You
then,
remember?
Sandusky. Yeah. So again, guys, this is an interpretation. This is not supposed to be one-on-one realistic Madame Tussauds House of Wax recreation. It's not. This is something fun. You know, if you want realistic models, maybe go to Sideshow, pay for it, then we talk. Sorry to be rude, but yeah, I think that the 3 models is a great delivery for the month. Just keep an account. We got 6 models for everybody, and for long-term members, we have Daredevil and Kingpin.
Oh yeah,
it's a lot. It is a lot, and there's a lot of effort put on all this from both Macon and Eddie. So, and obviously Jordan and AJ doing the supports and uploading and everything else on social media. I was, scratching my ass this month about all this, but I apologize already. So, honestly, guys, I think that value-wise and quality-wise on this particular month, you have to see it. You cannot ignore it. Even if you don't like, I think that Bride of Frankenstein looks great. I really do. I think that for a black and white movie that you have contrast in the black and in the chiaroscuro and the blacks and whites. It looks amazing. People that will see this statue will understand why it is, and that's why you should care for.
What do you mean?
You people, you printers, you nerds. No, I think that it's a very strong and solid month. A lot of good work this month. I don't know. I doubt that Macon or Eddie are present. Usually they are not because of the time difference. But if they do watch this show later, congrats, guys. I mean, you guys knock it off the park on this month. Yeah, Sandusky is the only one that I'm going to say sucks because it's weak and it doesn't look the same. I don't care. For me, it looks great.
Penguin, he's got a gun version too, like Al Pacino does.
No. I'm not saying that. I saw the renders on Patreon. I'm saying that it doesn't look exactly like in the movie, so people might be all icky
I think
about
it's glasses because I don't remember him wearing glasses, but I think he was trying to give each one that something different and unique.
He does wear glasses. It's not all the time in the movie.
Sorry,
like he takes it.
Went wrong. Try again in a few seconds.
Whoa.
He wears glasses in the movies, just not all the time. A few times, especially when he's offset, he takes them off. But he does wear them. I don't think there's anything weak here. I'm excited to see the large version of Daredevil, but it's very good. I think that is a very strong month. I cannot wait to see all the 5 Thunder guys together. I'm looking for 2 more. That's what I'm gonna say.
I think that's all we're gonna do is the 2 more.
Yeah.
Not gonna
Together, or you wanna do it separately?
is what?
Are you gonna release them together, or is gonna be one next month, and then the next one?
I'm not 100% sure yet because I'm discussing with Macon something about the artist appreciation thing and possibly doing his third option the following month with Tropic Thunder.
I think that they should come after April. April should be a rest month for them for Tropic Thunder for everybody.
He's not doing anything for April for that. It's going to be May, and then May and June.
I would like it in June, like the final, because it's the beginning of summer, and it's another way to close the spring. I don't know, just having a reason why. Let me go back. Let me go back for a second and look at the comments. Arthur says, "Love that version." I don't know what you're talking about. Ghostwriter says, "I honestly like that the models are simple and in that there are not a million little parts, but you know exactly what they are." Yes.
I think.
Oh, you meant that the Bride of Frankenstein? Yeah, I insist. I think that it looks stunning. A lot of people that put displays in their houses of certain figures, they go all the whole shebang and they put lights and they mount them on like special design shelves and stuff like that. And I think that this is one that I will illuminate from the bottom. Very drastic, very 40-50 cinema. That will look awesome on the Bride. Shuaku says, "I like the VS3D spin you guys put on your stuff. That's the whole idea with this channel. We're not trying to copy any other Patreon." Tina says, "The face comes out as you paint. Raw prints never look as good." Correct. Remember, these are just renders. So what you see as an image on Patreon is not going to be the end result. As you paint them, you're going to bring that depth.
1, 2, 3.
And then Arthur says, "I guess I missed something. People are not happy with VS3D mods." There was some cases where they were talking that the Bride was not looking exactly as.
My bad. I hit the wrong thing. We're gonna move on from that topic.
Okay. Just finishing the comments very quickly. There were people just saying that the Bride didn't look exactly like the movies, and I don't see the point on bringing that up on a comment. That's all.
But yeah. So because we know who everybody voted for when it came to the artist appreciation models. So we're gonna do that's with the Tropic Thunder line. I think for May, I think we're gonna try to squeeze in the third choice, which would go along with the Jon Snow. So I think we're gonna try to do that anyway, and then hit a Tropic Thunder or both Tropic Thunders. It just depends on what kind of time frame we're working with for May.
Right.
That way in June we can start with something new, or that might be the same time frame to start thinking about GTA 5 diorama as well, because we'll have
4 first.
We'll have Tommy in May because we're not doing one in April, and then Nico or CJ for June, and then July Nico, and so somewhere around that time frame we're going to try to pop out the GTA 5, so it's not like months later.
Right. Okay.
And that's 3 characters, so that may be a July thing, because that would make sense. If we can pump out 4 and 5 during July, that'd be cool, and then we could wrap that up. And then during the summer, that's kind of our transition out of the GTA, the Tropic Thunder, and then we've gotten some artist stuff, which will be kind of, from what it looks like, a lot of fantasy style things, like the Batman Steel that Eddie's going to be doing, which that was his number 1 choice, so he's very happy that he gets to do that. Sorry, we don't want another Batman though.
No. I was going to say, has the artist choices been made public? Because I have no idea if they have.
Yeah, the polls. Yeah, you can see the polls.
I don't remember. Would you refresh the memory of this guy and everybody else's?
That's what that's literally what I was doing.
I didn't know what was the result of the polls or anything. I honestly don't remember. I've been so out of it the past 3 months, so I apologize. But a little refresher would be great for everybody of what's coming on April. No April Artist Appreciation Month. So, a little recap of what Eddie and Mega have chosen to print this month, create, and you're going to print. Um, that will be awesome. Because, yeah, I have no idea where am I standing. I'm not
I'll
standing.
find.
So
I'll
I don't-
find. I'll get some images real quick because they're. Let me just share my. Wait, I may have deleted them off the computer. Yeah, I did. I'll just pull up the Patreon page. Show them from there because it shows the polls. So we'll show the winners. I should say. Polls ended. I looked at it, sent the confirmation over to Eddie and Macon already, so they know what they're doing. All right.
So
So
the other day, I made a comment on Discord saying I usually don't make suggestions on Patreon on Discord about any mods that I would like because I'm usually happy with what you guys choose and whatnot. And I brought up the movie Airheads, and I still think that it would be a nice, cool diorama to have. It was one of those special movies where I don't know. There's nothing to it. It's a stupid movie. There's no plot that is like going to change your life. But seeing Brendan Fraser with long hair and you know, the whole thing was a lot of fun, and I would definitely like to bring that. There's a lot of movies like that, and we can all start a conversation right now. What movie to bring next? But suggestions, send into Discord. Remember, one image per person, and try not to make it too obscure at all possible because there's many people that haven't seen very old movies or obscure movies or B or C quality movies. So, that's the suggestion. Okay.
yeah, this is the one that Eddie really wanted to do, which is Batman Steel, which is what we'll be doing.
Okay.
And the other one is this one.
Ooh, Tira.
Yeah.
I want that one.
So those are the two that were chosen. Eddie really wanted to do this one as well. The dude from I don't know where this is from,
I don't know what that is.
but
That's the new one, Batman. What's it called?
Yeah.
Absolute. Yeah.
yeah, that one was third place, but not quite there. Batman Steel at 65, so that's the one we'll be doing for.
Oh, easy now.
And then these top three were the top three choices that were picked, but the two are guaranteed.
That's God of War. Then you have Daenerys, and then you have
This is
yes.
This is what won. Was this one had the most, followed by God of War, and then this one. So this one we'll probably do in May.
So that's why you were saying continuing with Jon Snow.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, I think that eventually, maybe. Oh, hold on. Is that Constantine?
No.
Okay.
Sebastian and the Keeper.
Sebastian and the Keeper. No, yeah, and that's Shadow of the Colossus. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I think that Dumbledore and Daenerys are top mine. I think God of War. But this is personal. But seeing the same character done by every patron to me is tedious. I get it. Every model has their own style. I know that you guys want to see what Macon can do with it. I don't know. I haven't seen many Dumbledores around, so that are good. You know,
I didn't think God of War was going to be chosen because we've already done a Kratos and Atreus, so I didn't think that they'd want to.
But that's what I'm saying. A lot of people that are not aware of that because maybe they joined later after the model was released, like maybe years or months later, and they're not aware of the back catalog.
That's
So
true.
that's the reason why. But you should, if you're able, to go check out the catalog. Go to gumroad.com/vs3d or whatever, and you can see the previous model.
My mini factory, everything's up there. I'm not sure.
Mini Factory.
Somebody was saying they couldn't see some of the models from there, and I don't know why because I went and double checked because I wrote them down as I was doing them. I've gotten all of Dante's old models up there for higher prices so that people won't just buy them, but it's more so they can see. And then I can add them into the monthly reward packs, the 4, 8, and 12 month packs. So it's like it's I don't know. I've got them all there, so I don't know why they're not being seen. They may have looked a couple days before I got them all uploaded, but all of February, it's what I spent a lot of time doing.
It's funny when I see a patron trying to put an extreme price on a model, like with the idea that nobody should buy it. I'm expecting the day that there's going to be one moron with a lot of money who's going to say, like, I'm going to get a model, I'm going to screw you over and pay $1,000 for a piece of plastic, you know? Airheads, but you have to add God. Yes. Oh, here's another one. Do Dogma from Kevin Smith. Dogma, if you haven't seen that movie, you are doing yourself a big disservice. Regardless of the plot, it's a lot of fun. And seeing who plays God play God is a lot of fun as well. Anyway, fun movie. Okay, I'm so lost. What are we doing next? Will?
Yeah. But we'll get to that in a minute. I'm finishing up. Getting
You don't.
so I can.
You guys talk to me in the meantime. Send comments and I reply while Jordan is busy.
I mean, I'm
What do you
here,
guys want to do?
in and out.
No, you're gone. You will do models. Work.
It's done on Gumroad. I'm getting the my mini factory one.
Oh, I was. Let me see if I have here open. Crystal Duet. It's a very fun movie. So
I wasn't
just for shooting giggles, I'm gonna show you my passport picture. I don't know if you can focus there. Just with passport, kind of like that. So that's me, and I had this done 3 months ago, something like that. Because I needed to get my U.S. passport printed, and I was lazy and I did it from here, so I ordered from the embassy, and I got it like in 2 days after I did the whole thing. It was fun because there was a bunch of people in the line trying to get visas to visit the States, and I was like, la 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 la. Side stories from Max's life where that make no sense. Okay, if you ever had to travel with a pet, on an airplane, I'm gonna give you a recommendation. There's a little syringe. I'm just bringing up topics. There's a little syringe of a paste called OHM, similar to the chant for meditation, like Om. And basically, you squirt about 1 gram or 1 milliliter of it in the mouth of the pet, and it's not a sedative. It's not a Valium. It's basically made with valeriana, which is like a natural plant, and just makes them sleepy. You know what else does this thing have? Tryptophan. You know what tryptophan is? When you eat turkey on Turkey Day, and you get all sleepy about, I don't know, 4 in the afternoon, you're like, it was too much wine, man. It was not the wine, it's the tryptophan in the turkey. And in reality, the turkey basically just makes you generate more tryptophan in your body and you get all sleepy. So this paste basically has the same thing and makes the pet sleepy. So it's easier for them to, deal with being at a pressurized cabin in the air. They're not meowing or barking through the flight. It's easier for them and it's easier for you and your neighbors in the plane. Drugs of the day is brought by Max.
I'll say I got
Couple
an
says.
answer for Kyle.
Huh?
I said I got an
What?
answer for Kyle.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Who's Kyle?
It's Kyle's.
Oh, struck Kyle. Okay. I was like, who struck you? Okay.
Sell them.
Let me read the question out loud because I want to share. So, question while we wait, I have my first Comic Con coming as a vendor. Are there any advice you might have for an event like that for selling prints?
That's what I
Go
said.
ahead.
Okay.
Yes, I know. I was reading the question. Hey, comments. I have to read them out loud. That's my job. Don't take my job away.
There. It's up there. Oh no, that's the wrong one. I suck.
I don't answer to the guy for a weekend shot. I'm replaceable.
All right, so glue them all together. Don't have loose parts. If you have swap out parts and you use magnets, great. If you did not, glue them together because people will pick them up. Parts will fall. They will break. You'll be pissed. They won't buy anything. And then other people will see it and they won't buy because they would just watch something break. Take super glue with you in case something does break. You can fix it on the fly. And definitely don't price them like you would if you were selling them online. Price them like you are at a flea market because people are looking for deals. And if you give them like, hey, normally I charge 150, $200 for these 1/6 scales. But today at these events, we're doing $100, if you buy 2 or more, and then they'll be more likely to buy. That's my advice, because I have a booth in the antique shop. A couple of things have sold for way cheaper than I normally would sell them, but they're also my either duplicates that I've made of, or just ones that I'm ready to replace with all these newer things coming out.
I have some advice too, and it comes from another aspect. Not because of selling, model prints, but from experience on being as a vendor. Make yourself a friend of a website called Vistaprint, or another one called moo.com, moo as in MOO, like a cow.com. Why? Vistaprint allows you to do, posters of your work. If you want to just put words and you don't have a big printer, if you want to list the prices of like buying one figure, take another one for 50 off or so, whatever. Promotional material. And then moo.com, they print very, very good business cards for not much money, and you can choose the designs as well. Print more than you expect. They are not expensive. If you have the chance to print like 1,000 of them, print 1,000 of them. What you don't use, it serves for another occasion. But don't take for granted that 1,000 is a lot and nobody's going to take them. People will take them. They will not call you, but they will take them. And one day they're going to find it all crumpled down on a piece of on their pants, and they're like, oh yeah. And they're going to look at your website, and maybe you might get a sale like 6 months later. Get the idea that pieces will break. But don't get upset like Jordan says that you might, because you will. But when you assume that something will break, it will hurt less, and you will be quicker to react, to fix it, and not worry and preoccupy yourself with the problem right there. You are there to sell, not to fix. Okay? Like there are sayings like, also take some of the if you're printing, I don't know, John Marston, have it a print of John Marston unpainted, and another one painted, so people can see the process. Don't forget to list your websites, your socials, all that stuff.
Yes.
Bring yourself some.
Make QR codes.
Yeah, that's not difficult to do, the QR codes. And also, don't forget to bring yourself drinks and food. You're going to be there for a while, and getting up to get food or drinks is going to be complicated. If you have to pee, you have to pee, of course. But have little snacks so you don't feel heavy when you're working. Drink water, not Monster or coffee or things that are going to make you pee a lot. And just to get a comfy chair, bring a sweater in case that you are tired of the AC running. Wear comfortable shoes, comfortable pants. You might be standing, you might be sitting. Make preparations towards something that is going to be a while, and you might be bored. But do not be distracted, not because of people robbing you, but because the perspective of a customer. When the customer sees an employee behind a counter, and the guys with the phone, they don't care to work. They don't care for sale. And I'm telling you, because I have 25 years of customer service. Treat people like you want to be treated. That's the magic. That's it. Be honest. Don't lie. If you cannot do something, if somebody tells you, can you make it cheaper? Explain why. And be honest. And they will understand the reasons why, and they might produce a set. Maybe not today, but maybe tomorrow. And it's super important. Put your socials everywhere. Put your phone number, your email, your website, whatever you want to use, put it everywhere. You are there to sell yourself and your work. A few comments here. Ghost Killer wonders if people like some painted and just printed that they can paint. That's what I was saying. Like Tina suggested offer both. People that sometimes buy kits. What else? And yeah, not junk food snacks. Like bring cereal bars, or crackers that are not like full of sugar. Bring light things just to fill you up enough so you can continue working without feeling like that. That's all I can think about. Also, I've never been to Comic Cons. But I've been in events where you have to be there for like 15 hours, and it sucks. And to maintain your smile and nice comments with everybody, it sucks, but you have to do it.
Yeah, there's usually food somewhere at the events that we do, so we'll go and grab food in the middle of the day.
Right. If there's more than one person behind the table or in the booth, that one can go by and the other one stays there, that's awesome.
Right.
If it's gonna be only you, that's gonna be complicated. Maybe invite a friend over and tell them, hey, can you go get me this? Have some way to deal with somebody helping you somehow. Or even one of the attendees that you you hit it off, and it's like, hey, would you mind getting me a bottle of water from over there, and I'll give you the money when you come back. It's not a big deal. Yeah. What else we got?
I'm distributing Penguin on My Mini Factory.
Okay. Another advice for trips. Good. That's good, Kyle. Having your heart there with you. Even you can bring like food that you can like on a Tupperware, like sandwiches or something like that. That would be great. Don't have a Tupperware with spaghetti that you have to warm up because good luck finding a microwave.
Right.
Another tip for if you have to have a trip and you haven't flown much, don't marry yourself to an airline. Why? Because I love American Airlines. It's very comfy. It's not too expensive for what you get. But marrying to an airline might mean that you are depriving yourself from seeing what others offer. And let me tell you the little story that I had to do with this week. My tickets for 3 people from Buenos Aires, Argentina to San Diego, California, with one stop, was going to cost me about $4,100 or $4,100. On top of that, I had to pay a shipper or a freighter for my pets, which was going to cost me $7,000 for 3 pets.
It's gross. That's when the
It's
pets
gross.
meet God.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't want to do that. I love my pets, and I wasn't willing to
I love
sacrifice
mine
my pets.
too.
So I was like, you know what? Let me find another airline. And I found a tiny airline called Avianca, which has 2 stops, but it's the same amount of time on the air. So with American, it was going to be 18 hours. With Avianca, it's 19 hours, but because they add 1 more hour to the layover. So instead of going with American Airlines from Buenos Aires to Miami to San Diego, now I'm going Buenos Aires to Bogota, which is in Colombia, to San Salvador, which is in El Salvador, another place in South America, Central America, and from there to LAX. So that means I'm not getting to San Diego, I'm getting to LAX, which means I have to rent a car, but it's 2 hours drive. And it means also that I add 1 more hour to the layover, the stop that I had to make. But you know how much money I saved? Let me put it this way. From $4,100 for the 3 tickets, I went to $3,100. And I am spending $550 to transport the pets in the plane rather than $7,000. So yeah, don't marry 2 airlines. Look around because you don't know what you might get. And customer service is your friend. Just describe what you need, how you need it, when you need it, and see how they can help you. If it doesn't work, try it with another airline. But yeah, it's gross what Americans was going to try to charge me. $11,000, almost $12,000 for a trip that is only 20 hours is too much. You don't pay that money for me to go from somebody going from California to England. It's not that much money.
Right.
And I'm traveling way more than that, and they're charging me like 3 times what they would charge from California to Europe. So yeah. Hi, Collector. You missed my story with airlines. Yeah, I'm telling you all this because it's my recent experience. I mean, I've been dealing with all this for the past 3 weeks, and I'm exhausted. The same applies for cars. So like Avianca, the airline that I chose, they gave me a 15% discount on renting a car and about 30% discount on renting a hotel room in LA. 4 stars. So yeah. Anyway, you ready?
I've been ready.
Well, say something. You've been uploading stuff, so I don't know.
You were talking about your airline.
He's like, come on, wake up.
I'm awake.
Fed. Come on.
I'm chill. You were running the show, bro.
All right, come on, go.
Want to do a spin?
Yeah, let's do the wheel of spin. The spin of the wheel of vengeance.
Spin of wheel. You wake up.
By this point, if you don't know what the wheel of vengeance is, you are so late. You can basically.
No.
I'm not going to explain it. Go read the rules. So they're everywhere. We've done this a long time ago, and we continue doing it. You can get prizes. We go.
We draw names.
Yeah, we draw a name. You can that name can be awarded something, and if you get that something, we'll communicate with you and we'll figure out a way for you to get it. That's it. All the rules are on my mini factory and on Patreon, so
Right.
there's no excuse. Go read.
Right.
All right. So
Yeah. It's time to
it's
spin.
looking better. Did you do anything to it?
I didn't touch it.
Huh, it looks better.
Same.
No.
All right. Screen
Okay.
share. This one.
Penguin is downloading. Awesome. All right. Do you want to shuffle the names?
Already did multiple times.
Do it again.
All right. There you go.
What a dick.
Honestly, I did it like 6 times earlier. I'm tired of pressing.
But you have to do it on, live so people see that we're not cheating.
Okay. That volume down. I don't like it drowning us. We'll change the spin time to 29 seconds because my birthday's on the 29th. Sounds good. All right.
Good luck, everyone. Yeah, Norma roll.
No drum rolls.
Norma roll. Ooh. I say Reggie. Huh?
It might be James. It might be James's night. Is it James's night?
God damn it. Hold on.
It's
James.
James's night. Look at that. Long time. He was one of the first people to sign up.
I know, and also he's the one that, he's present but from the shadows.
He's a genius painter, dude.
The guy comes over to Discord and is like, "Hey guys, how are you doing? I printed this," and suddenly you see literally Da Vinci. It's an asshole.
And then
Well, James Pike moves on to the next spin, which means that he might spin something that says like you lose. So if he loses, he loses. But he might be awarded something. We'll see in a minute. But so far, good luck, James.
you gotta share it again. You gotta pick the other. All right, there you go. So you can see me randomize it one more again.
So we got 3 more. Take a vote.
I should have shortened this one so that the music doesn't restart.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh,
Spin again. Spin again. Oh. All right. Take a vote.
that's actually the same exact thing that Mr. Collector gets to do. I had discussed with him possibly May. Depending on what we do, will depend on when we can do it for him. And then I'll get up with James to go over what he wants to do. There's a model he's looking forward to. I did say that the Tropic Thunder is off limits because we already have plans. And then Artist Appreciation Month is this month. So nothing for this month. But then we may be able to do... I think we have the GTA thing lined up too. So I think we're looking at like June and July for
Or even over.
too. Yeah, well, I don't want to go that far because if somebody else wins the same thing, then we got to kind of keep up with what we got going here. But and I say maybe not May due to it being Tropic Thunder, and then probably the Daenerys one. I think Macon should have control of that one to keep it kind of in sync with the Jon Snow. That way, it flows nicely.
Yeah. Does this apply to all models only, or also to future models? Like, for example, we know that for May we're going to do a GTA, could he choose the pose of the character from GTA that month? Or
No,
does he have to apply only to all models?
and was there certain things already off limits because we already have the plans for them?
I get it, but for example, if he wants to get a new pose for Jon Snow, for example.
No, because we're not going to do we're not going in the past. We're moving forward. This is choosing.
Okay, so future model.
Yes, future model, not
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Mr. Collector
Perfect.
asked about that, about reposing something. We said when we go backwards, it's hard to move forward. So
Right.
keep us from. I don't want to fall behind.
Well, congrats, James. Way to go. You never hear, but yay.
He chimes in sometimes. He's probably
Yeah, very rarely. All right, what's next?
You won this month. I was letting James know that he won.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now you do some talking.
It's been a busy month. I've shown it a little bit on Facebook, but I haven't really posted in the 3D groups because it's not a 3D print. But the antique mall that I've got a booth in for my prints, there was a life-size Elvis that was thrown in there, and not in my booth, in another vendor's booth, and I'd seen it, and I'm like, dude, that thing is old and gross looking, but I want to revitalize it, and I've been like thinking about it over the last 2 or 3 weeks easily. Well, I happened to be in there dropping a few little small items off the other day, and I was coming out of his booth looking at it again. I took a picture of it, and this guy come walking down the aisle and said, if you see anything there you like, let me know, and I can get you a better price. And so I'm like, oh, you're the one who owns this old, disgusting looking Elvis. And he said, yep. He's like, that was a good find, huh? I'm like, that's a great find. I was like, but he's ugly. He's yellow. He's dirty. He's been outside. He's got rusty bolts. Like, can I fix him? And he goes, nah, man, I'm not putting any more money into this. And I did talk to him that I convinced him to let me paint it anyway. He dropped it off at my house, and we came to an agreement. He'll get X amount off the top immediately because he owns it, and it's half of what he has it up for sale for. And then I get to price the new pricing once it's done, and we're going to put it in my booth because I have a bunch of Elvis stuff in my booth that I'm selling. And we're going to split once he takes his top half and the building gets their 10%. We're going to split. That's going to be my payment, is the split from whatever we sell it for. So it's
okay. You opportunistic as hell.
It's a what?
Opportunistic as hell.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to paint it, like, even if like I was going to do it for free, like, I mean, because I wasn't going to charge him but $250. Just hey man, let me paint that for you, and then you can price it whatever you want. I just want to paint it because I love Elvis, and I love that he's got something that used to be maybe in a diner or on display somewhere big. Like, who knows where this thing came from? But it's old, and you can tell it's old. And I'm like, dude, I just want to bring it to life, and so I'm doing that now. I spent my day today and yesterday pressure washing and sanding him down, and I've got him. I did get the new layer of like a chrome on the microphone today.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm gonna go get some primer filler tomorrow to blast him all and make him all gray. I'm allowed to do color scheme of my choice for clothing. Like, it's all up to me, like how I want to make him stand, because I'm gonna take out those rusty bolts, and I might put in some fresh bolts and put some, like, I don't want to do like a huge piece of wood to put underneath him, but he needs something to keep him up. So I think I'm going to use some like 12 by 24 inch, maybe an inch thick piece of wood, just to put his feet under so he can stand perfectly straight up and not have to worry about toppling over if a kid bumps into him. But yeah.
So do you have a when was this crafted?
I have no idea. There's no date on it. I looked all over. There is a logo on his jacket that's like part of the sculpt. And so I noticed that when I was sanding it today, it's a couple letters. I don't remember what it said. But I'm gonna look them up to see if I can find the exact same thing, so I can at least know where it came from. But I took some before pictures. I'm gonna take some after pictures, and then I'm gonna print out a side by side of the before and after restoration, and like stick it on him at the booth, and let people know they're getting a piece of history and something that was just restored from history.
Right.
But yeah, I'm reading it, and that it is really good for the portfolio, for especially. Oh, wait, speaking of life size, adding something to my portfolio.
Let me finish this question. So before you approached him to paint it, how much was he charging for the Elvis?
I don't want to say.
Why?
Well, because it's my business.
You Americans with your stupidity. I don't want to talk about money. I want money, but I want to tell you how much money I make. I'm not asking you for how much money you're going to make. I just want to know how much he was selling it for.
Right, okay. Well, I guess I can say. He's got $325 on him.
That's not bad. I think that's a decent price. Is that appropriate?
For the condition it's in, I wouldn't.
No, but as a piece of memorabilia, I'm talking.
It's what?
For being a piece of memorabilia.
Yeah, but at the same time, like it's a lot of work that goes into it to make it not just some old junk from history, and that's what I'm seeing into it. Is I'm going okay, and I wasn't willing to give him $325 off the top. I'm like, I'm just not going to do that. So,
right,
$200 is going to him automatically, and then
right.
I'm probably gonna put. I mean, to just so we're not holding it forever, I'm probably gonna put around $1,400 on it and see if.
Well, one thing that you can do maybe is even try to get into some Facebook groups that are like Elvis fanatics or something like that, and start posting pictures.
I'm already on it.
And like before and after, and take it through the process. And I say, if you're interested, please contact me through blah, and we can discuss pricing.
Right.
That way, you are moving something a bit faster than would normally be in the flea market that you're working. Not that that place is bad. On the other hand, you are going to have less traffic there if you just put it on the web. That's what my point is.
You see that? That's how clogged up I am. Watch. It all on one side.
Let me stop here and read some comments.
Excuse me.
Friend Tina says, I'm going to be a golden member until I win the head skull. That's the way to be, sir. Arthur, it's coming out awesome. Can't wait to see him finish. Kyle, what's like working on a life-size piece versus a 1/6? Do you approach it the same way that you would normally do, or are there things you do differently? It's a good portfolio. It's good for a portfolio as well. Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Collector, that's awesome. Hoping to see how you bring it back to life. Your spot. Answer that question.
Compared to a 1/6, definitely a lot more paint. Is being put into it, a lot more sanding.
Yeah.
And if you're doing a print, because like I've done one life-size print, which I'm going to bring up the topic for my second one, and I'll show you guys what I'm about to make. There's I did the life-size Ghost Rider. Y'all may have seen it. It's our Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
A tip to make it easier is do what I did. Like instead of me printing the flame chain that he's holding, I went and bought a $20 foam chain for like a Halloween decoration and put that in his hand. I got two 6-foot ones, so I got a 12-foot chain that he was holding, when I sold him. But definitely, I would say pick something that's easy to stand without a base, because you got to think if you're making a base life size, gnarly. For me, it's I thought right. We have 2 Elvis bases, and I'm considering taking one of them and sizing it to what I would need it to cover the feet of Elvis. And I thought about just shrinking it. And then that way he's got, a 2-foot deep, but maybe 2 inches deep of a base. And that I could print in probably 10 or 12 pieces. But then I'm spending a lot more time, which being, having the one printer to do that right now, I mean, I would probably need to print at least 6 to 8 pieces is what I'm thinking. So I may just print 2 squares and get him onto those squares. That way he stands, but I don't want to go too crazy with the base. But when you're doing 1/6, it's a lot less paint. That's for sure. More more tedious painting. Like with this Elvis, I'll be able to do an eye. I'll be able to paint an eye like I really want to paint an eye on 1/6 that I just can't do. You have to do way more detail on life size so that it doesn't look like a cartoon, because you can't just put a skin tone and then it's done. You gotta skin tone it, wash it, add 5 o'clock shadow somewhere. You gotta if there's veins, like on this Elvis, you can see the veins in his hand. I'm gonna have to do like some whitewash blue over those to get the vein look. Like my goal is to make him look as new and as realistic as possible, so that it catches everyone's attention when they're walking by the booth, and it'll bring them.
You can also try to contact what's the name of the place he has the ranch thing.
It's his house.
Graceland, yes. So maybe you can contact the Elvis Presley Fund or the family and see what they say. Get to the story, and they might buy it. I mean, and they might offer more than you expect. I'm just trying to open doors to continue to happen. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think getting in touch with Priscilla Presley is going to be easy.
No, not Priscilla. I'm not saying Priscilla, but you can probably find like a curator or something like that of memorabilia of Elvis that might buy it. That's what I'm saying.
Well, her granddaughter is the one in charge now of the property. Lisa Marie's daughter. So I would have to find a way to get in contact with her people that her legal counsel, whatever. It's not. So unless they see it and reach out to me, it's not going to be an easy journey to do. I mean, I tried.
No, but you can send an email through their website. You can probably go to elvispresley.com and find information, who to contact, and they might get you in touch with somebody of higher level, and it might go from there or not. It might say, "Good job." At the same time, it's like you're breaking, the registered property. Stop selling it.
He said, "Bust out the 0.6 nozzle on the FL Sun, dude."
Yeah,
the FL Sun, it's a great printer, but it's not a big printer. Like the build plate's only like that big of a circle. Like it's not that big, and I can get, yay tall. I mean, it'll go taller than it does wide, but not by much. It prints more like a cone shape, because the higher up it gets, the less movement it has in the arms.
Sorry, I'm laughing because I saw Kyle's comment, and I imagine you in front of the guy saying the best I can do is 350.
I'm gonna say the best I can do is walk out on your fake TV show.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no, I don't know if that's the way to go, but it would be fun for sure. I would love to see that. Tonight on History Channel. It's in a History Channel. I don't know if I watch it, but that would be fun.
If y'all ever wanted to see me fight an old bald man, tune into that episode of Pawn Stars.
Half scale? Are you insane? That's too much, dude.
What?
No, so Tina commented that he printed the Creator Collector Serpentor half scale. Okay, take way more material than 1/6, of course. I started to print a model from Berserk, which is for Valentine's Day, the Batman and Catwoman kind of like hugging each other. And at the time, I have no idea. I still probably don't. Measurements, right? Because I think the original print was about 1/6, but I wanted it bigger. And I basically I went up like 200%, and I ended with, I showed this before, but this is basically the size of the head. So I don't know if this is like what, a quarter. I didn't finish it because it was like, sipping resin like crazy. I think I spent like 10 liters of resin, and I had to leave it all behind because I cannot put it on the luggage because it's super heavy and also fragile. But I love this. I don't know if you can see the texture. This is from Berserk. Jordan doesn't like him. I understand why, but anyway.
I had to go and grab something. This isn't size, but this is one of the things that I'm working on.
Daredevil. Okay, I wasn't seeing what's there.
It's quarter scale, so he's going to be pretty big. I don't know
Is
how
that
well
foam?
you can see that. What's that?
Is that foam?
No, it's PLA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I printed. Okay, so what I did was I got the huge base, or I got the base without any cuts. I scaled it up to 150% from on the 1/6 scale, and then I split it here so that I could print them like this instead of
Right.
a bunch of little things under these letters. And then that way, this was my bottom, or that was my bottom, and then this was the top. And I ran out of filament at the last second, so I switched to blue. And then that's where I started with black. I switched to pink, but it wasn't a full roll, so that's what it did with the pink. And then I swapped to my blue that people wanted to make fun of, which I don't care what you say. That's a pretty looking blue. It looks like a Barbie base.
You get that anyway, so who cares?
Right, it's gonna get painted. So
Richard, as always, thank you so much for forcing these peeps to hit the like button. More than the like button, we prefer also please subscribe. I
right,
mean, that really helps. Subscribing really helps. The like button also helps. The thing that helps the most, even to people that you know that have no idea about 3D printing, share the video with them.
right.
That would be awesome. Very good night to you, Mr. Collector. Thank you for being here. Hope you are here in the next one.
I'm about to pull up this. So the image I'm about to show y'all is I got with Macon back in like January when I was really wanting to make this forward backdrop for this room I'm in, which I'll get to the other top. We might be renovating this room or my garage soon, so I may have a new office in a couple months. We'll see. I got to wait for the roof to be redone and the house painting to be done before we look at the budget from my sister who owns the house before we get to that. But
Are you moving to North Carolina?
it's not an immediate thing.
Oh,
And this is, if anything, it's just going to make her house a 4-bedroom house instead of a 3.
okay.
So the idea of this is for the background, and I wanted, being Batman lover, I needed a Batman, and I haven't made a life-size Batman, so I looked at our Batman models, and I decided to ask Macon if he would repose our Val Kilmer sonar suit model so that he would stand flat and I wouldn't need to print the base. Depending on if he does a base, which I told him he doesn't need to do a base because I don't need it. But if he does a base, we might release this to you guys. No promises. Don't be mad if we don't. This is just a quick little adjustment he did for me. But if he does,
We just hate you. That's all.
it's what?
We won't be mad. We just hate you.
No. It's not going to be resold anywhere. It was just meant for me so I could have a standing Batman life size. That's why I picked Ghost Rider, was because his feet stood flat. And looking at our models, I didn't have a lot of options for Batman or not a movie model basically. So this is what he has done for me. Let's get it loaded.
200 is 1/3. Yeah, so I think that's 1/3 Batman, the one I printed. Yeah, the problem I have is, Val Kilmer. It's not a suit I like for Batman. I think that it will be looking good once it's printed for, full size.
I would say that this suit looks great if it's in black. The silver tone that they kind of used in the movie, it didn't look good, but the suit itself is awesome looking, especially in the kind of the color format Macon has it here, which is what I'm probably going to end up doing when I paint him.
So the life size is going to be about what, 6.25 feet.
He's 6 foot on the dot, and then if you add the ears, about 2 to 3 inches. So 6'2", 6'3" ish.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna. He did.
Space around him because obviously you're not gonna have this tucked in a corner, so you need some space behind and whatnot.
Right. That's partially why I'm not going to print the cape itself. He did modify it so that it would kind of help balance him, but that's a lot of pieces to print. So I'm just going to get material because the pins on his let's see if I can go to Oh no, I'm just sharing the
The
image.
pins that attach the cape to the body.
Yeah, the pins that hold the cape in, that's where I'll attach the cape. So I'm just gonna buy like a 7-foot fabric because I think it comes. I think you can get them 3 feet wide. So I don't know how.
Usually, yes, but if you get a cheap sewing machine, you can get 2 pieces and sew them together.
Right, I don't want to do that though. I want one solid piece. So I'm gonna look to see, but I already know the material I'm gonna get to use for it. But that's my plan is to do him life size, and he'll be a part of the backdrop for YouTube stuff. Because once I have
like the nipples,
room, it's what?
Kyle doesn't like the nipples. Oh, you suck! Really, you didn't change the shirt? So I'm reading the comments. I'm sorry to interrupt. No, I think so. You mentioned about the base. One easy base for something like this, like get a palette and just paint it. You know.
Like a wood palette for Elvis.
Yeah.
It's the thing is it's his feet are spread apart, so that's what's hard is I have to measure and kind of see what kind of. That's the first. I'm getting the bolts out, and then the base is my least concern. I just want to paint them.
No, I understand. I'm just saying, so you don't have to 3D print them. I mean, getting a palette will be much cheaper and efficient because you just sand the crap out of it, and maybe even you can have the palette like in a diagonal, so not square to his feet. So the pointy part of the palette will come up between his legs, and the width of the palette will give enough space for his feet to be there. Because even in the stance of a 60-foot man, he's not very wide stance. You know, it's like his feet are square to the shoulders. So on a palette wouldn't be very hard, and the behind of the palette won't be seen because of the cape. And you paint the whole. You grab a couple cans of black paint, and just paint that, and that's it. That's an easy way to do it.
You'd be surprised at how wide this is. I'm gonna share my screen so you can see. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's oh, what's wrong button?
Good night, Arthur.
His feet are pretty wide.
Oh, but you're talking about Elvis. I'm talking about Batman.
Oh, I'm talking about Elvis because I'm not making a base for Batman. That's the whole point of him being flat-footed.
Got it.
I just want him to be.
That was just saying if you wanted to add something like a base,
right.
A palette would be a good option. No, for Elvis, I understand. That's fine.
Yeah, it's them wide feet. That's where I'm at. That's the photo I took today. I did some more sanding and got a little bit more done on his face, a little bit more on the chest. I don't know. There was this line in the middle of his shirt where it's like it almost looks like his pants are all the way up to like his pocket.
Well, he is old.
But he ain't that old though. Oh, do a whole Val Kilmer vibe in the office.
That's probably where you go. Oh man!
All right, how do I get rid of that? Remove source. There we go. All right, yeah. Now, because I just showed that Daredevil base, I'm gonna show you what I got pulled up here. We're all gonna take a minute and get copyright, so it's worth it. But this was
More reason to hit the like button and subscribe, guys.
That's right. That's right. This is kind of like a Max Reacts. Is what
yes.
But no, this was some of you may or may not have seen this. I'm sorry if you haven't yet, but this was great TV, and it was a great kind of because for 6 episodes, these guys have not been these people that you're used to, and you're like, guys, come on, you gotta do it, and they haven't been doing it.
All right, stop selling any show. Come on,
I'm doing it.
A simple tool. It can be a great equalizer.
Sorry, I mean, guys, come. Who's that?
That is Muse. Out of context.
Fun.
For the moment. I got complimented on my pirate bandana, Caleb. Fuck it.
His eyes blue red.
Yes, his eyes, they like red lids. That glow with light. Fire can't work. And that's all I'm going to show of that, though, because I don't want to spoil because it's out of context. But that back and forth, like when I was looking at the statue after seeing that scene, I'm like, yo, this is perfect.
This is the expression of Jordan getting an erection.
A little bit, maybe. But no, I'm reading comments, and it was the best scene, yeah, with so far, yes. But I feel like since it's the like little over halfway of the middle, like it's getting into the third quarter, or we're in the third quarter, almost in the fourth. It was good to start amping it up because we only got 3 more episodes, but I feel like it's going to be a very strong finish, especially from the interviews, because they talked about 6, 8, 9 being the episodes. So, and it makes a lot of sense, and it's so.
I don't know how to react. I mean, if the only thing I can give you is from my experience watching the original Netflix show. I understand what you're trying to say, the back and forth of Daredevil and Kingpin. One thing I noticed is on the way that they perform the action. Okay, on the original show, the little scene of Kingpin and Daredevil fight, on the choreography part, they seem to have more weight to the punches, if it makes sense. It's like, especially when Kingpin, going back to what we were talking about before, the car scene of his smacking the door on the head, you felt the force, the strength that he's using on every single one of those smacks, or when Daredevil is punching somebody. On this, you can see him pull off from the hits
because he's
Obviously,
not.
they're not.
It's intentional. That's why. It's
Okay.
That's why it's out of
That's
context. Because
That's fine.
he's
I'm
not.
not talking about the story. I'm talking about visually because that's why I can interpret visually. It doesn't seem that the choreography looks so real as the original show, regardless of the plot. That maybe Daredevil doesn't want to kill the guy, but then he's trying to swim with, a steel wire that would, at the very least, provoke his hyoid to break. It's not the bone and the throat. I mean, Kingpin throwing a guy that hits his head on a wall of bricks and the bricks actually break. That will, if not kill him, hurt him very bad. But
Right.
it's on the punches. When they're punching, it's like they're doing rather than, what I'm saying. You don't feel that
I don't think
rage or that hate or that strength. It doesn't come through. That's what I saw, and I can only speak visually because I don't know the plot. It's out of context for you one, but you want me to react to this? He's old. He seems he's out of breath. I'm talking Daredevil. I don't know the situation.
Right.
He has a beard. His red eyes. He's using the sticks. Kingpin looks thinner. What else you want me to say?
Again, it's because you haven't started to know. That's all of that. Literally, everything negative you just said had to do with why. There's all for a reason. He's on a diet, so he's lost weight.
Well, that's what happens when you have breakfast of an omelette every single day, right? You got to go on a diet.
And dude is pulling his punches because he's not allowed to kill that guy. I won't say why, but he's not allowed to kill him. So basically, what the audience has come up with is that he uses that man as a human punching bag when he needs, because you got to think he's mayor for the show now. So it's like he can't be Kingpin out in public. So his
yeah. Who's mayor?
Kingpin. That was.
Okay.
Yeah, they show that in the trailer.
Okay. I haven't seen the show, so I'm not paying attention to the show. So I have no idea.
Yeah, mayors can't go around beating people up, so he's got to put on this whole new face. So he can't kill dude that's down below for other reasons either. But it was more like a frustration release that he needed. And Daredevil hasn't been Daredevil in a year until that moment. So he is rusty.
Kingpin starts that scene saying, "A great tool can be a great equalizer," and I've heard that phrase before. And I don't know if he uses the same phrase on season 1 of Netflix show, or if I heard somewhere else. But it's not the first time I hear that phrase, and the first time I heard it was like such a strong line. Basically just balancing the tables on like a guy that doesn't have maybe the physique or the technique to control a fight. Maybe using a tool will be an equalizer against the enemy class. And I understood immediately what was going to happen, even without knowing the show.
Skip the conversation so that
No, that's fine. That's okay. What I'm saying is that I understood completely what was going to happen with keeping in long hair guy in the cell. Without seeing the axe, I heard the first one, I was like, okay, she's gonna go down. That's great. Going back to what I was saying before, regardless of Daredevil, I noticed more on Daredevil than on Kingpin. Every time that he's hitting the guy with the bloody eyes, whatever, you don't even see the punches do contact with his face or his body. Like, it's very visually obvious that there's a choreography in the way, and it's basically they're not punching each other in real life. But you can tell in the camera, and that's what you will say, oh, they're not even hitting each other or pretending to hit each other. They are not selling the punches. That's what my complaint is with Daredevil. Not so much on the scenes with Kingpin, because there's more action and it happens faster, and the cuts of the camera and the editing don't show that. I can only talk about what I saw, not the plot, which may be amazing, might not. I don't know. But you want me to react, and this is why I react.
Wasn't really a react. That's just what I wanted to call it. That was just just that scene, because it aired on Tuesday. That's the current episode that just aired, and it just made this statue much more better, knowing the dynamics of where they're coming from, and then seeing the transition of back and forth like it did was a very pivotal moment, because they've both been the opposite of who they've been for the last 5 episodes. So getting
Right.
this was like, oh, now we're back finally.
I get it, but Kai got it completely right. It's like there's less oomph in camera, so you as a viewer don't feel the weight of each hit,
I think
of
it's due to
every punch or everything.
I think
Huh?
I think it's due to all the reshoots, because they did so much editing and reshoots for this because of the whole ordeal that went down when Kevin Feige came back over and took over the projects. They scrapped the 18 episodes that they initially had, which is why we're now only getting 9 because of the release date. They had to keep the release date, so they cut the season in half and had to tweak it. And they even had in episode 4, when you do see John Bernthal's Punisher for a moment, there's some lines in that where they're not even in the same room because of the reshoot. They just had to CGI the background and make it look like, and they added in specific lines that were going to be said in a different conversation to fit into that. So like I can see how it is off a little bit, especially they've had to twist the story up and make it make sense.
I get it. I'm just giving you the experience of someone that doesn't watch the show often or at all. And Sony is reacting to basically what I see on screen. And if you're trying to show me that as a trailer of the show, or not a trailer, but like to show me a little bit of the show or that particular scene, to me, it doesn't sell it much. That's what I'm saying, because you don't get that oomph. You don't feel like you're cracking up a jaw with a punch or anything like that, I'm going to read some comments, especially the one that Kai said when we started the video. He says, Disney has entered the chat, and I love that. Disney's becoming kind of like Nintendo in that sense. It blows me away that Disney owns the rights to the characters Daredevil and Punisher that isn't Disney buying them one bit. Yeah, we still are going to consider Daredevil and Ariel or character Disney princesses, so that's okay.
Right.
They're gonna have to, because
whoa, my camera.
the camera is not. We're gonna they're gonna have to, because don't forget that all this was Fox before. Okay, so Disney bought Marvel and bought Fox. So I know the characters are Marvel, but they had to respect to a certain degree the original IP of what they were. You cannot have a show like Daredevil not be bloody. The same way that you cannot have a show like Star Wars without it being about mystical force, or etc. with every other show that they bought. I am truly happy that this woman that was at the helm of Disney, Kathleen Kennedy, I think is her name, is gone. I am absurdly annoyed with the amount of Star Wars content. It's too much. The mystifying thing for me of Star Wars was that you did not know much about the world, and that was okay. You did not need to, and it was okay to be surprised by a new creature or something mystic that about a group of, I don't know, cultists or whatever. That was fine. I don't need to have an X-ray of every character of every piece of the show and characters that appeared on a cartoon 10 years ago. I don't care. I think that the only thing that is worth watching today about Star Wars, personally speaking, is Andor, and if they continue doing The Mandalorian. The rest, I don't care. Because for me, it loses the essence. There's too much Avengers, too much Marvel in general, too much Star Wars, and it doesn't get me to like, oh, the new movie from Marvel is coming next month. I'm gonna go to the theater. I don't care anymore. I haven't seen the last 10 movies of Marvel probably. I finished Endgame, and that was it. I haven't watched a single one after that. I have watched Thor or anything like that, but I don't care. I think that they need to tone it down by a lot with every IP. It's like they just spit content constantly, and it's like you're diluting the essence of the show or the shows. That's my idea. Yeah, Andor for me is one of the best shows today of Star Wars. It contains that the rebel side of it, and the formation of the rebel side, or one of the rebel sides, and it's so well scripted. I mean, every single character is interesting. and without having to peel the skin of the characters to show you who they are and everything like that. There's some mystery behind it. There's some questions like, where does he come from? What was his life? And just keep it like that. Get some mystery. If you're interested in the story of Star Wars, go read the books. That's more interesting than watching Ahsoka. Yeah, of course, they're concerned with cashing in on nostalgia and telling compelling stories, of course, and that's the issue. I was talking with my wife the other day. It's like since the sellout from Lucas to Disney, um, Disney has been blessed, and every IP like Marvel and Fox, etc., have been blessed with the technology that they were able to produce. Like technologies like the big wall that they were using for the first time on The Mandalorian, that big as room with a whole screen that they can portray an environment without having to do exterior shots or anything like that. That provides you with a lot of quality, and CG today is not what it was not even a year ago. That's a blessing. The technological advances of Disney as a company have been insane. What has sucked for Disney for the past 20 years is that they have the need of cashing out all the time. People went crazy when Frozen came out, and Frozen is not a good Disney movie. Let's be realistic. It's
Frozen?
not. Yes, it's not.
Love Frozen. You can suck it.
No, you can consider a movie, but like they were saying, the best Disney movie ever. I'm sorry, no, I completely disagree.
I won't
You
say it's
know,
the best
and-
Disney movie. It's a good movie. It's not.
When the movie came out, and every fucking girl was sorry for the word. Every girl in the world was like just insane about it, and it was just a pandemic. And they would not stop, and they let it go, and they all left and this, and come on.
And now
was like-
we've all collectively grown to hate Snow White. Did you watch the video
Oh, yeah.
that I posted in the Discord? Or did you just-
No, I just show you that. Have you seen the one I sent you?
Yeah, I'm like, this is not. It's got the same name. That's all it was. You might go back.
Yeah, but actually, Blind Guardian is a band that focus a lot on the lore of everything that is related to the Silmarillion and Lord of the Rings. And they have a whole album called Nightfall on Middle Earth, and it's talking about the Silmarillion. It's an amazing album. I took my watch to see them live last year. They knock it out of the park every single time. And I show you that song as a mock of like, if this is depressing you, listen to this one that is fun.
No,
hilarious.
I shared that because I enjoyed every moment of that video. It was
I didn't see it. I just saw that you were annoyed. I was just trying to annoy you.
no, it's comments. The whole song is just people's comments on the trailer for Snow White, the live action. And so it's the worst of the worst that people have said. And it's
And-
just a band that sound. I don't know if it's an AI thing or if it's a group of people that make them, but they did a 4-parter, and that was the video link for all 4 parts that I happened to scroll across them on Facebook, and I was dying, dude.
Yes, because Blind Guardian is amazing, and I wish that more people would know about them because they're amazing. Actually, they were contacted initially to do the music for the Amazon TV show. Fuck, I forgot the name. What's the name of the Amazon TV show, Lord of the Rings? Rings of Power. They were contacted to do the music for that, and they were going back and forth for like a year, and it didn't happen. And I was sad because it would have been so amazing. Yes, when Eisner left, you're absolutely true, right. I mean, when Eisner left, everything went down. I think that Eisner cared more for the classical Disney. And now, I mean, how many live action versions of Lion King do we need? Why do we need?
Mufasa was
We
unnecessary.
need them. There's no need for anything live action.
I wouldn't
And
say
that was
that
proven.
need for anything.
No.
Like the
That is based on cartoon. There's no need. No need. No
Well,
need. The
that's-
20 years ago, when the movie Dragon Ball Evolution came out,
I didn't say it was good,
there's no need.
but we also have Batmans, we have Supermans, we have Spider-Mans, all things that were cartoons before they were live action.
Sure, but Lion King wasn't a cartoon.
It was a cartoon movie,
No, I'm sorry. It was a book first.
right? And
The
so,
same of Aladdin. That was a book first.
right?
The same for the Hunchback of Notre Dame. That was a cartoon, and before that was a book. Everything that Disney does is based on a book,
Right.
and it should stop there because Disney it should has been and should continue to be a cartoon company that they have other IPs like Marvel and etc. That's another story, but they don't need to rehash stories that everybody loved, celebrated, and paid for a lot of money to Disney. They don't need to make another version of it, especially something so what's the word I'm looking for? Unbalanced like the newest version, where Snow White is not white, and I'm not being racist here. It annoys me mostly because her treatment on. If you actually watch the video where she says like, "Well, the original work was kind of crap,"
Right.
you're offending everybody.
Watch that
You
video.
know, you cannot say that because you're offending the company that hired you to portray this character. The creators of that cartoon is like saying, Jordan, you created the VS3D light that you have behind you. And like, well, that color is kind of crap. I'm offending you because you created it. You know, and that's what she's doing. And she's offending entire generations. And that's what I don't like. Besides that, I hate Gal Gadot. I don't like her at all. She is completely flat acting. She has no personality. Anyway, I don't think that we need live action movies of cartoons.
Right.
I don't.
Go watch that video when we get done. You'll enjoy
Perhaps.
it. They because they comment, they say she looks like Lord Farquaad, and they bring
Right.
up the white thing because they said Snow off white.
Yeah, you're talking about the Grim Tales, Kyle. He's bringing a good point. And similar to what I was going to say next, it's like, this is Hollywood in general. It's like, there's no need to remake movies again and again and again. It's like, it's not that there's a lack of new brand stories out there to make movies of. You know, there's of Nosferatu, okay, the latest vampire movie that came out this year. I haven't seen it yet, but there's 5 versions of the movie. Why do we need another one? Because of effects? Because of CGI?
They've already done the real great.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, the original was black and white. The second one was black and sepia. Then the third one was colorized. Then we have the one from 1979. Then we have the one from 2000 something. Now we have this one. It's like every 20 years we're gonna remake the same movie. Enough. You know, there's movies that have more than 8 versions, and there's no lack of brand new stories, original material. That's what pisses me off. Transformers, another one. I never care for a single Transformers movie, not even the first one.
The first
I'm
one
gonna be problematic here. The only Transformers movie that I enjoy was Bumblebee.
was the worst.
Well, see, it's taste, but I don't think the problem with Transformers movie is that it applies to nostalgia.
The dinosaur one
That's
sucked.
all it is.
Age
Well,
of
the dinosaur stuff stuck in the cartoon shit. Yeah, leave the classics alone. There's no need for that. I would prefer. I'm sorry to you, Richard. I prefer to a smaller studio makes, I don't know, the green stories, which are like the greedy versions of fables, like Red Riding Hood and the Little Mermaid, all that stuff. I mean, that gets creepy very fast, but they're amazing. I will totally watch that than the 2025 version of Snow White. Pirates of the Caribbean, I think it's a special consideration here because the original movie was very, very, very late, and it had nothing to do with the story that we've seen in the past 20 years with Johnny Depp. I think that the movies of Johnny Depp were fun. At one point, they got a bit stale and very weird and very Disney. But yeah, TMT the same. There's certain IPs that are just enough. Just put them to rest. Let people miss them. Is what happening with Batman, for example. The movie should have come out last year, and now we don't know when it's going to come out. But I mean, when there's demand, sure, make something happen, but don't shove the same story over and over again to our faces if we don't ask for it. It's like they're saying that they're going to remake Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't want to see that. I don't, and it's because I appreciate the original material and everything that went with the practical effects and the actors back then. I don't need to see a new version of it where I'm going to hate every single actor. Sorry, it's not being old and cranky. It's just you need to. It's like saying redo the David from Leonardo because I want to see a new version. This time with a dick, longer, black, and with the face of a woman. No, leave where it is for where it is. and that should be it. No.
All right, I'm gonna switch topic
Opinion.
to
Yes, sir.
I was commented on my bandana, and so I had said it was, and I highlighted it. And so Richard had said that he's a pirate fanatic, and so am I. And the weekend of St. Patrick's Day was my anniversary, and me and my wife went to St. Augustine. I've already shown Max this, but actually, no, I'm gonna show the thing I didn't show Max first. There were pirate statues in St. Augustine to buy, and I'm like, do I really want to spend $20-25 on this thing that was half-ass painted, or should I just wait and find something at online and print it? So I did. I found a pirate bust from, I think it's from, or not bust, but it was either from My Mini Factory or Thingiverse. But I found this guy, and so I printed and painted him, and he's a supportless model too. And it was all one piece. It's an FDM one too. I don't know how well you can tell if it's FDM. The goal was to not let it be too noticeable, but
I can tell on the face.
the face is not the best sculpt, but it was just a generic face, and the mouth is open. It's kind of weird, so I tried to paint it as best I could. But my wife's anniversary gift to me was, okay, so they have a pirate museum in St. Augustine, and they have these cheap little flintlocks. I wasn't about to waste my money on one, but we did see collectible version ones, and they were a little bit more pricey, but it's real wood and real metal. And I think it's beautiful. It's got a skull engraved in the bottom of the handle, and it got this cool triple action cocking that it do. It's a cap gun, basically. But it's so awesome. It's
And
engraved.
that's how he's going to steal the 7-Eleven a few blocks from his house.
That's right. I'm going to do a drive-by on my horse and carriage.
Hold on, don't move. Oh, I got wet. God damn it.
I already shot this once. I need a minute. Speaking of pirates, though, that is on. I don't know if it's a want thing, but there's going to be a month where we're going to squeeze in a pirate model, and we're going to do some stuff from Black Sails, and we're going to see if it takes traction, because it is the best pirate show or movie, whatever you want to call it. Nothing has been as good as this in terms of pirates, and it's because it's not just pirates, but it's more of the civilization coming for anybody who was an outlaw or a pirate of sorts. So it's a very political type of show, but it is not like politics political, but in terms of the people running Charleston and the islands down below the states. And dude, it is such a phenomenal show, and there's so many cool characters that we could do models from in such awesome poses. And one that I want to task to make on, since he did the Jaws boat, was I want to do a pirate ship, but I don't know if that's going to be too much for people to want to print. I don't know if I would even want to print it, but it would be awesome. But I think we're going to do some pirates later on this year, just because it's something we haven't touched yet, and it opens up a window for a new thing, and then people who haven't seen the show might start watching it, and then people who have seen the show but haven't heard of us that see the models might now come to us. Yes, Black Sails, you know it. It's so good.
So, changing the topic, the new Assassin's Creed game came out, Shadows, which is all in Japan.
I don't want to talk
And
about
one thing,
I don't want to talk
I'm sorry?
I don't want to talk about it.
Too bad.
I got nothing.
While playing the game,
Canceled.
it reminded me of an old game that I used to play with my wife. It was a single player game called Mini Ninjas. And I wonder if any of you ever heard or played the game. It's a very cute, funny game. It's entertaining to play. If you go look it up, Mini Ninjas. And I think that they got with the second one. Anyway, when I'm playing Shadows, and basically you can choose two characters. One is a samurai, big guy, and then you can play a girl as a ninja. And I'm playing right now the part of that with her. and I'm doing the rolls on the floor and then stabbing them with the katana and whatnot. And there was one part where I'm on a roof and I want to do a double kill on you guys below. I'm playing, and suddenly I jump and I hear my wife screaming, Ninja! And I started cracking up, and it was so funny and so cute, and brought a lot of memories of playing the game with her. And I got curious to ask you guys if you ever heard or play of the game. It's just a simple question. Nothing important to talk about here, but anyway. Yeah, I don't know. What
Okay.
else we got?
I've just got nothing nice to say about that new game.
What was that?
I just have nothing nice to say about the new game. That's why I didn't want to talk about it.
It's okay. I had a few issues where, and a lot of people had issues where the store and any online feature at the beginning was not working, and it was a problem where if you connected your Ubisoft account with any other service like PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, or Discord, or whatever, basically you had no access to any of the online features, maybe in the store. And that happened for like 4 days. I think I found the answer online, and I disconnected every service from my Ubisoft account, connected the Xbox again, and immediately worked. Um, Other than that, I haven't had any issues. I mean, yeah, a few times it has literally just like jumping on the game will turn the game off for no reason. But those are things that happen on every single Ubisoft game, especially on Assassin's Creed. They're come full of bugs. It's amazing. In 2025, we're still getting bugs that are simply to fix, and they are overlooked on development. But talking of games, there's one that I'm excited to play soon that is called South of Midnight, which happens on the south of the country of the United States, probably in Georgia or Alabama, where there's this girl that lives with her mom, and I think that they're about to move from the house, and suddenly there's a storm. And I'm talking the trailer, so there's no spoilers. And the house where they live is taken away by a flood, and her mom kind of disappears, so she goes looking for answers, and suddenly she discovers that she has some powers, and the game basically just tells like legends and high tales of myths that happen on the south, like a giant catfish that uses as transport, a more gigantic crocodile that is your enemy. That's an interesting game, and the cool thing about it is that it's all made on cell shade with the idea that it looks kind of like claymation. So if you ever saw like any claymation movie, like the most common or more known one would be like Phineas and Ferb or what's the name of the crap? The girl with the blue hair. I want to say Clementine, it's not Clementine. Anyway, there's a bunch of claymation movies that I try to give you the idea that the whole game happens through claymation, but it's not shaded. So it's kind of stuttery, but it's not unplayable in that sense. Yeah, Critter Score is another one. So it's an interesting game, and I don't know if I'm gonna buy it immediately because I want to see a little bit more of the game, because it's not my style of game. It seems that it's very inspired on the type of like JRPG or Japanese RPG games of combat. I don't care much for that combat. If you think of Elden Ring and whatnot, it's not as difficult as that, but I like that the story part. There's a very cool character in the trailer, which is a very old guy, half dead, playing a guitar, and all the notes that he plays on guitar are accurate. I tried it myself, and it's at the very least watch the trailer, see if you like it. Part of the Dark Water is a great cartoon. I watched that a lot. The other one, for example, Cadillac and Dinosaurs is another one. Coraline, thank you, Kyle. Yeah, there's a bunch of things from the '90s that Dark Water and I don't know, Johnny Quest. I know it's not from the '90s, but I growing up I was watching it. I love Johnny Quest, the original, not the remake. Not Dr. Ban or Harry, etc. That was a lot of fun. Similar to Scooby Doo in that time. But there are other games. There's one I forgot the name. Something 33. Which is basically, to understand, it's a group of people well, in the world, something happened basically that people start dying from a certain age. So if you're 70 years old, you die. Everybody is 78 years old, you die. So the next time, people that is all 77 years old die, and then 76 and 75 and so on. Clear Obscure is like is the name? I think so. Expedition 33, something like that. And it's a group of like 6 characters that you can choose who you play with, and each of them have different abilities and whatnot, and somehow you have to stop the clock from going down. I think that it's called Expedition 33 because maybe the oldest person alive might be 33 years old, and if it's going down, it's affecting very young kids. It's an interesting idea, but I don't know about that game much yet. Other games, GTA, of course. God knows whenever. They say September, but I don't know. Anyway,
So,
next question.
let's you were going.
Yep.
There's there's an issue we have here, with the wheel spin. I'm discussing it with James. I forgot. James won last month.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, spin it again then. I completely forgot about it. Yeah, spin it again and whoever wins, you send them a message. I mean, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I'm
I'm sure that some people will be very happy.
I didn't save the shit. Hang on.
It's not a problem, it's an opportunity. Right?
I gotta make sure. I got a couple names on here that I have to add back that weren't. Matthew, and this other new guy, Christ 10.
Hey, Andrew.
All right, so yeah, I'm actually gonna pull this wheel back up, and we're gonna respin because I didn't realize James won twice in a row. We try not to let people win twice in a row, just to kind of keep the winners spread out. We're not saying you can't win a second time in a row. Well, not in a row, but not consecutively. We don't want the same winners to just keep winning different things. We want to be able to share the love.
Kyle, I played Elden Ring for a grand total of 15 minutes before I decided it's not the kind of game I enjoy. And the reason is because usually my gaming time, I prefer to have an enjoyable time, and games that piss me off are not the kind of game that I enjoy. I don't think I had a build, honestly. 15 minutes, I didn't do crap. But I suck at that kind of game. Elden Ring and Dark Souls. I just can't. Yeah, of course it's Age's fault. And I just didn't get to it. My nephew does play. He loves Elden Ring. I'm nothing against the game, absolutely. It's just my personal opinion. It's not the kind of game I enjoy. Maybe I suck at it. Maybe it's too difficult. I just don't enjoy dying constantly all the time without being able to move forward, because I play games for the story or for the stupidity, and this one didn't fit either. Score wins.
Stuart's gonna be the new winner. We're gonna do a new prize as well, just to switch it up.
That's for real, or you're just making a joke?
About what?
The store wins.
No, that's for real.
Oh no, I thought you were just goofing around.
No.
I didn't notice that. You roll. Spin. every month.
No, it's gonna land on the same one.
Yeah.
That last one was pre-spin because I didn't pre-spin it because I had it closed out and had to read.
Got it. Sí, I told you, every month. Stuart wins a free month.
That's what we're gonna do.
Woo!
Maybe if I save it, it'll save and won't do that same exact spin next time. It's 10:15. I think we're gonna call it.
No, so yeah, honestly, I don't. I know that has a bunch of following, but it's not the game for me.
There is something that is AJ's fault, though.
What is it?
He sent me pre-supported files for Penguin that were actually for Daredevil and Kingpin, and I didn't double check and open the file, but I did double download to double check, and it wasn't on my end, so I had to go through and remove those. It was the pre-supported ones. So now I'm waiting for AJ to look at his messages so that he can send me the correct.
That's why he's not here. That's right.
file. Yeah, he did.
He's very quiet.
Knew he made a mistake.
See, stupid AJ. Always his fault.
Right.
I don't know what other games. I'm mostly I'm playing that.
We're calling it. We're not getting back into game topics. It's 10:15.
Why?
Gotta go.
Dude. Go take a Benadryl. To bed with you.
No.
What's Andrew just got here? Come on.
Andrew, yeah, he said, "Hey guys."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he say the
didn't
guy
ask
finished
about
saying,
games?
"Guess what?"
You didn't ask about games. You just want to
Oh,
talk
well, that
about
was a
games, you
commercial.
nerd.
Look, if Kyle and I want to talk about games, we can talk about games, okay? Because they're also an inspiration for models. God damn it.
I don't like that word.
Okay, say that, dang it. All right. So yeah, as a recap, we have the Cloud Speed from GTA 3. We got the Frankenstein's Bride. We got Penguin. We got the three models from Tropic Thunder, which are the Fat Jack. We got the Kraskowski, whatever you know. And then we have Al Pacino. And then finally, for those reaching 1 year membership, we got the trio of Kingpin and Daredevil. Those are the most for the month. We're all gonna get off, Kyle. If keep an eye on Discord, I'm gonna be posting about the participation on the streams and the presentation of your models soon. And hopefully by the next stream we will have one of you present with us, so we can grill you with questions and being stupid about anything that you do and we do, and you can share your information on your stores and your media and social media. And that's it. If you guys have any questions, direct them to this guy there, because I'm gonna be traveling. Andrew, you haven't heard this, but I'm not going to North Carolina. I'm going to California. Watch the video later and you can see what we're talking about. So thank you all for being present again. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Macon and Eddie and AJ. Get the things right and get the supports right. We'll see you all in the next stream. Thank you so much for being here. Please press the like button. Don't hit it. Just press it gently.
Right.
And
You
then
don't
also
have to
subscribe.
hurt it.
Yeah, don't hurt it. Just say nice button, and please share the video. If you have any questions, go on Discord, Patreon, or Facebook, or My Mini Factory. Everything should be uploaded very, very soon if it hasn't. And I wish you guys a great beginning of April. So you guys have fun, and I am off.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining. We'll see y'all next month for another live stream with the VS3D peoples.